Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
I'm Taya Salam. It's great to have you join us again. All right, let's start off the show with a big transfer news involving a Nigerian player, Super Eagles forward Henry Onyekuru has finally joined AS Monaco from Everton. It's a permanent transfer. The deal is signed, sealed, and delivered, despite a few hiccups. When it came to his visa earlier in the transfer window. But right now, there's an officially Monaco player, Henry Onyekuru.
Yeah, it's safe to say that he finally found a home. All right, no more moving around. Also on the program, the D Tigers of Nigeria will be facing Cameroon today for their second group game. For Cameroon, they beat Tunisia. D Tigers also defeated Tunisia. So both of them will be facing each other.
Final correction. D Tigers mauled. D Tigers, they had them for dinner, lunch. Actually, it was breakfast because it was a morning game.
Okay, Saturday breakfast, right?
Right, 75 to 26 points. And, of course, Cameroon will be a lot tougher.
Absolutely.
All right.
Wait today, 5 p.m. Nigerian time.
I can't wait for that one to tip off. Also on the show this time, let's go to tennis, where Andy Murray made his long-awaited return to singles action, but was on a losing note. He lost to Richard Gasquet. That was in the first round of the Cincinnati Open.
Yeah, what a
Not
way.
surprised.
Resurrected singles career.
Not surprised.
Yeah, not surprised at all. When he's coming back 6-4, 6-4, it wasn't really a bad loss.
It
But that's
wasn't
what we're
bad.
starting this morning, right?
Yep.
Yeah, talking about Andy Murray. But another news is that he will not be playing at the U.S. Open. But in this particular Cincinnati is in doubles, right? So he partnered with Feliciano Lopez, the guy, that helped him when both of them actually played his first return to doubles event in tennis. He's partnering with him again in Cincinnati. So hopefully he might just get.
I mean, doubles is not what we're talking about now. We've seen him play a few doubles events already. We're talking about his return to singles. That's one we talked about for a long time. Not played since the end of January when he had that.
7 months.
Exactly, when he had that hip resurfacing surgery and all that. So we all look forward to him coming back. Came back in the doubles. It was decent. Some of the Queen's Club Championship. Won with Feliciano Lopez.
And he won the trophy, doubles.
Yeah, paired with Serena Williams at Wimbledon. Decent, a few decent matches. Didn't win that one. But the singles, where a lot of people thought we'd seen the last of Andy Murray after that very emotional post-match presser at the Australian Open in Melbourne in January. We all waited. We thought that was the end of him. But he made his return yesterday against Richard Gasquet. He lost by 6-4, 6-4 straight sets. And afterwards, he decided he's not just ready to continue to play the singles. So as a result, at the US Open, which is going to serve off in a couple of weeks, Andy Murray will be playing the singles events. But we look forward to seeing him in the doubles and mixed doubles.
Yeah. That's what we're looking forward to. He hasn't played singles since January. We mentioned it earlier. 7 months it was on. He came for doubles and all that. He was a bit good, won a title at Queen's. And then at Wimbledon, missed doubles with Serena Williams and all. They got to, I think, the last 16 or something.
Decent,
I mean, a decent performance coming from both of them. At the end of the day, it just wasn't. We can see pictures, coming from, pictures between Andy Murray and Richard Gasquet. And there's 6-4, 6-4 at Cincinnati. Richard Gasquet, he's a veteran in the game. I mean, he controlled play from the very first serve, pushing Andy Murray from side to side, front to back. And at the end of the day, he just stayed at the baseline, the backhand drive and all. Andy Murray just couldn't get enough. He couldn't get anything out of it. But then he won some games, which was really cool. So 6-4, 6-4, he won 8 games. So
That's
pretty cool,
bad.
not really bad. He started well, tentatively started well. We thought it was going to continue like that, but somehow it just did not happen. You can take the quotes from him, the reason why he's actually pulling out.
True.
Because he feels, okay, this is what he had to say, after pulling out. He said, we were hoping to maybe hold a wild card until a little bit closer to the time to see how I feel and get some matches, hopefully, and a bit of practice. It was a decision I made with my team. I didn't want to take a wild card today because I just didn't know how I was going to feel after a match. I felt like I wanted it to be fair for me to maybe try and get a couple of matches in before making a decision like this. So if maybe he had played 2, 3, 4 games at Cincinnati, he would be ready. But just one match is really not enough for him to get into singles event at the US Open because he feels he won't be ready. That's coming from Andy Murray. Let's leave Andy Murray now and talk about this one. We talked about these young kids, these kids, boys and girls who actually went to South Africa to get some medals at the African Gymnastics Club Championship. And there were about 18 of them went, and you have like 9 medals. 9 were won. You can run through the numbers of medals that were, that they got for Nigeria. You have 2 gold medals, 2 silvers, about 5 bronze medals.
Right, 5 bronze medals. 4 the gold medals. We saw the 2 of them actually. No, one of them speak yesterday. That's Stephanie. She won gold at African Club Gymnastics Championships. And the other gold medalist is Abigail Kolade. And for silver, we have Kaima Ihadioha as well as Akachi Ume. We heard her speak yesterday as well. It's very eloquent for an 8-year-old girl. While for the bronze medals, we had Imabasi Peters, Olamikbosi Folorunshaw, Munachisom Ihoyaha. That's similar son name with Kaima, probably siblings there. We'll get confirmation of the son, Akimo Peter and Olayinka Kolade. So all these guys went to Pretoria, South Africa and won 9 medals.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Nigeria.
Just take a look at them. I think this was in South Africa.
Fantastic stuff.
It's fantastic, especially when you know that this particular club championship is actually to help African gymnasts to upgrade them to Olympic level and all that. The popular one, and Stephanie, that's everywhere. Level 6, that's how she competed. That's her right there training during one of their training right there at the TIG Gymnastics Club in Abuja. She got a gold medal for all her efforts. I mean, the coach actually spoke a lot about how they were able to, get to South Africa and also come back with so many medals. Let's hear from their coach now, Anthony Asoko.
We went to South Africa with 18 children to, represent Nigeria at the club championship in South Africa, and the competition is about from the level 4 to the Olympic level. So if you're in level 4, you grow down to the Olympic level. So what we're trying to do in Africa is for us to be able to get an African gymnast to represent Africa at the Olympics. And then it wasn't an easy task for us though, because we left Nigeria very late because we couldn't get flight ticket from Abuja, so we're able to go to Lagos and see how we could get ticket, and of course we got ticket from Lagos down there, and I want to say thanks to the parents. Please, I want to say thank you parents, because the government hasn't done anything for children, as you can see. So we're actually calling on the president, if he's listening. These are children that have made Nigerian proud. And Stephanie is just 8 years old. Kachi is just 8 years old today, doing Nigeria proud. In another 4 years, these girls will be 12. In another 4 years, they'll be 16. So what do you have on ground for them? So if the parents are not this supportive to push these children, nobody will discover their talent. So what are the government doing? Most especially the president, because if anyone says anything, he listens. So now the children, they've done Nigeria proud, he should listen to this.
That's the coach.
That's the coach. I mean, I don't envy the kind of job he's doing right now, because I imagine him coaching, kids that young for
16 to 8, I think. Yeah, 6. Sorry, was 6.
For that's that complex. Yeah, so,
it's difficult,
so it isn't a yeoman's job.
He's a former gymnast. I mean, he's one gymnastic coach, the certified one at that. So, I mean, it's not an easy job for him.
Of course not.
So he's signing for, but he's been there, so he understands how it's done. Let's go to Abuja now and meet some of the gymnasts, including the coach you just listened to. They will be with us this morning just to talk about their experience and all that, how excited they are being able to go to South Africa and come back. It's not the first time they're doing it, but I think what is remarkable here is simply because of the numbers of medals they won. The last time they went there, it was at 10 they won because they had enough numbers. But this time around, I mean, it was a bit difficult, you know, Nigeria settings and all that, logistics reasons and all, so they couldn't make same numbers. But at the end of the day, that's why the fact that 18 went, 9 came back with medals. Good morning, Coach. You can hear me. We'll hook up to Abuja studio now where they will be joining us. Okay, you have like 4 of them. The coach, I can see Stephanie, and also Ukachish is also there, Ume, and another one. So we'll need to introduce all of them to us. Good morning, Anthony. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, good morning, Cecilia. It's good to be here, and I want to say good morning, Nigerians.
Okay, I can see Stephanie, and I can also see Ukachi there. The other athletes.
Let's get to meet her.
Let's get to meet all the athletes.
Yeah, yeah, we have Ada that some of them are outside the studio, and they cannot come in because
It's
the
a
studio
full
cannot
house.
fit all of them. So we just gotta get the ones that can fit in the studio to come in.
Okay.
So we have Stephanie, we have Gabriela Asemota, and then we have Akachi Ume. You know, Gabriela Asemota to my right here, she was at the African Youth Games, and she got a bronze medal for Nigeria, and that was last year.
Okay, Asemota, it's good to have you. Stephanie, it's good to have you too. And of course, Ume Akachi, is also good to have you. Coach, let me start with you. I mean, you people went to South Africa and it's been buzzing everywhere what you guys were able to achieve. Tell us about the experience.
Yeah, the experience in South Africa, I think is a good one because the competition is of high class, and you're able to build children and train them in a stepped way. So they grow from one level to another, and the level system is from that level 4 to the competitive level, and then to the Olympic level. So, and when you're in level 4, then you know if the gymnast would be good enough to represent the country at the Olympic or the All-African Games or any major championship, because the competition is all about sports science and the slightly movable joint of the body and the safety of gymnastics. So that was why I keyed into the competition, and then we've been attending this same championship. Like last year, we got 10 gold, 5 silver, and 6 bronze medals because we were able to go with quite a number of athletes, and then there was no problem with the visas, and there was no problem with the ticket. And but this year, we went to South Africa having a whole lot of challenges with the visas, because I don't know the diplomatic ties between Nigeria and South Africa and what the problem they're having. But we're able to get the visa. We got it very late, though. We submitted early enough, and then we couldn't get ticket to fly down to South Africa from Abuja, so we had to go to Lagos. And some of the children couldn't make the team because they don't have money to pay for the ticket, because this is self-sponsored to represent our country and to make Nigeria proud, because this is the only thing I can do for my country so that we can get good gymnasts that will represent us in the world.
All right, fantastic. You're doing a very good job, Anthony. All right, there. Let's come to the gymnast in the studio now, and you all can take this question one after the other. Gabriela, Stephanie, and Akachi, can you tell us, how did his love for gymnastics begin?
Tell us how you started gymnastics. You're 8 years old and you started gymnastics. How did it all started for you?
Kachi. Yeah.
If you can hear us, girls,
Yeah.
tell us, Coach, as well too, because you've been with these girls for a while now. How did they start? You know, how did the interest?
How did it start for you?
How did the interest start in gymnastics?
Yeah, talk.
Gymnastics started out very good for me in South Africa. I think I did very well, and I'm proud of myself and what I did. So when I went there, I was proud of myself because I got a silver medal. South Africa was very nice for me.
What did you get?
Fantastic. And like, what made you?
I want the government to do more for us, like buy more equipment for us and get a new gymnastics studio for us.
I imagine, I suppose the authorities are definitely listening to this one. Let's go to Gabriela as well. Can you just, where do you see yourself in the next few years now? Like, do you see yourself representing Nigeria, perhaps in the Olympics?
Your experience for representing Nigeria.
Okay, it was a very nice experience representing my country, Nigeria, and making it proud because we won at the Youth Games in Algeria. I won a bronze medal for my team, and I was very happy about it because I made my country proud.
Okay, I mean, he mentioned that obviously your dream is to represent Nigeria at the Olympics. You've been to the Youth Games. What are you doing to ensure that you achieve that dreams of representing Nigeria at the Olympics? Yeah, that's for Asemuta.
With Coach Tony when I was 12, and then I went for some competitions in South Africa. I went to South Africa twice for a gymnastics competition. I had a good experience. I won a medal for the first competition and the second competition. And then since then, I've been training with Coach Tony. Then I made it to camp to represent my country, Nigeria, at the African Youth Games.
Stephanie, just Asamoah, just hold your thoughts right there. We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll get back to you on this.
Actually, very excited. You know, it's someone you saw when she was giving birth to, and then you see her doing stuff that is unimaginable because it's something risky, something that people don't normally learn in Nigeria here. And she developed that art, and it's very exciting, very good feeling. She was actually going on YouTube to browse then. We didn't know what she was doing. She was always squeezing her leg, putting her leg on her head and all. So we thought it was a risky thing. We later discovered that it was the gymnastics she was doing.
I feel so happy for my child to be celebrated today, and I'm blessed and honored to have a gifted child and a talented child. She started when she was 2. She started all by herself. I see her flip, turn around. I didn't know what it was then. Then she started going to YouTube to check other things. Before I knew it, she just became a good gymnast, and I registered her. We registered her at CIG Gymnastics at the National Stadium, Abuja. I encourage other parents to enable their children. If you see your children with any talent, just push the child so that the child can achieve the best.
Yeah, we just saw Amaka there. That's the parents of, one of the parents of Stephanie, Amaka, and the father, Nameka, the parents of Stephanie, talking about how they were able to encourage their kids to start, their daughter to start gymnastics and all that. She started from YouTube, which is really a cool one. I mean, the internet is actually helping so many kids to achieve whatever they want to achieve. Let's go back to Abuja studio now. They are still with us. We still have Asemuta, Stephanie, and Okachi, the 3 of them in the studio, as well as their coach. I mean, they were talking about how they want to actually represent Nigeria at the Olympics. We've spoken with Asemuta. She has told us the dream, how she started. Now, Stephanie Akachi, Stephanie will be the next person we'll be talking to right now. Stephanie, for you, it started for you as a 2-year-old, and your parents didn't even know what you were doing at that time. So since that time and now you're 8 years old, you've won a gold medal for Nigeria. And we heard you talking about the fact that some facilities that you people used to train, you girls train with, you know, sometimes you get injured and all that. How much support have you really gotten from your parents? Okay, Stephanie, can you hear me now?
I experienced how gymnastics got for me. Gymnastics made me to have my dreams and made me to learn more about it. When I could not do some things, I sprained my leg before, but now it has healed. And when I went to South Africa, I did a great job and I won a gold medal.
Fantastic achievement there, Stephanie. There's no doubt the sky is your starting point. Let's go back to the coach now. Coach, if you can hear me, let's just get this out of the way. Gymnastics is a very, very complicated and complex sport. It involves incredible power, balance, control, agility, etc. That's quite a lot for anyone to take in, not to talk of kids.
Yeah, gymnastics is is quite complicated, but it's a very exciting sport for them to look up to, because if your child could do gymnastics, then they should be able to fit in every other sport. Like in so many other countries, gymnastics is been inculcated in their programs, in the school curriculum, and then with gymnastics, you're able to go far in sports because it talks about sports science. So, and when you talk about sports science, you talk about the slightly movable joints of your body, and you talk about coordination, and then it talks about also the body alignment. And so, if your child could get all of this, and then you get a physical preparation program, and then you start working on the elements one after the other in a stepped way, then you can build a good gymnast. And in Nigeria, gymnastics is our thing, but we don't know how to go about it. Like if you look at the Atilogu dancers and some parts of Nigeria, like the Yoruba dancers and in some parts in the north, you see them dancing and flipping. Of course, you see them doing some of the Olympic move on the hard floor, but we don't know how to purify it to make it an Olympic skill. So after my coaching course in Singapore, way back then when I was in Lagos, and then I was opportune for our late Joe that was in China's television to support me and then and push gymnastics to be known in Nigeria. And not that we're not doing gymnastics in Nigeria, but a purified gymnastics. And also I went for a coaching course in the University of Pretoria in South Africa, where I had my first FIG qualification. FIG is the Federation International of Gymnastics. Wow. So I was able to learn more. And then instead of going out of the country to go and work, I decided to stay back so that I can build gymnasts in Nigeria. So that's how we set up the TIG Gymnastics Club, and then we're able to build gymnasts that have represented Nigeria at the African Youth Games and win medals. So, and also in the All African Games, I believe we are going to do well and make sure we'll make Nigeria proud, because this is the only country we have. We don't have any other country. If I go out there and work for another countries, like selling my brainchild to them. So I wouldn't want to do that. I want to work in my country, and by God's grace, I know that, yes, something good will come out of it.
Yeah, you need to keep doing that, Coach Anthony. We heard the girls speak. We heard Stephanie speak yesterday, as well as Akachi, and they both talked about having better apparatuses and gymnastics apparatuses and facilities and equipment. What is your own assessment of the apparatuses we have in Nigeria right now?
Yeah, truly, we don't have gymnastics equipment here in Nigeria, and I'm really calling on the government and those in authority to see how they can get equipment for us. We don't have gymnastics equipment in Nigeria. To be honest to you, we just try to put things together and see what we can make use of, because we love our game and then we want to continue with this. So, and there is not much equipment for us. I just have to tell you the truth. So, because some of the equipment are being splitted into two, so we'll try to put them together. But at some point, you see the gymnasts get injured, and then but we'll try our best to see how we can keep safe. And then, you know, these gymnasts, they train like 4 or 5 hours every day. You know, they come back from school at 4. They're already in the gym. They train till like 6:37. And on the weekend, when they're not going to school, they train from 11 to 1, 2 p.m. And they will do this from Monday to Saturdays. And it is not only my club. We have other, state that does gymnastics cut across Nigeria. But I don't believe, I've not seen equipment aside Lagos, but Lagos equipment is even not too good for us to train professionally. But we've got good athletes that can do the country proud, but we need the support of the government. Like everything we've done, from the tracksuit we're wearing to the flight ticket, we the parents are able to, squeeze it out. Not that they have this much, but because they want to make the children proud and to make our country better, because we can only put hands together to make our country better.
Coach, with all these things you've actually outlined and all that, it simply means it's going to be difficult for someone like Stephanie and also Akachi and also Asemota for them to be able to actually achieve their dreams of becoming Olympians someday, because Akachi clearly stated that that's what she wants to, do in future, be a gymnast, as a career. How do you intend to actually, help them? Because you're their coach right now to achieve that dream.
So that's exactly what we've been able to do right now. I'm able to expose them to better equipment, better facilities with other countries, so that because they've gotten to the stage where they needed to be doing all of the ice skill, and then this is not really too safe for them. So what we do, we did not only go to South Africa for competition, but we also stay back there and we do our training. We train there, we use the facilities to learn all of the ice skills, like one of the skills you saw Stephanie doing, like the double back somersault, and then she landed in the foam pit. So that's exactly what I expose them to. But I don't think this equipment is a big challenge in Nigeria, because somebody somewhere somehow can help us and then get an equipment for us. Like I remember the former Honorable Minister, Solomon Sel Kapdalong, has been supportive to us, and he also promised that the ministry was going to get a gymnastics equipment for the country, but we're still waiting if that is going to be possible or not. But I want to thank him for all, just even if he said he was going to get us equipment, but up till now we've not gotten that. But if we can get gymnastics equipment, I bet you soonest we'll be at the Olympic, because I know we've got great gymnasts in the country. And I'm just trying to do this to help the gymnasts to achieve their dreams. That's exactly what I'm trying to do right now.
Someday. Now, before we let you guys leave the studio now, I want each of them to actually talk to us. I'm talking about the girls now, from Gabriela, Ukachi, and of course Stephanie. Just tell us, just one word from them before we let you go. Coach, you can ask them the questions so that they talk to us before they leave the studio. Starting with Ukachi, maybe.
Yeah, as being a gymnast right now, what would you want the government to do for you?
I would want the government to give us more equipment, because our equipment are kind of old, and make our studio better and all of those things.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, let's turn to Gabriela. Gabriela, being a gymnast, what do you think, what do you want to see in the nearest future with gymnastics?
I would like for Nigeria to be at the Olympics, because we have never competed at gymnastics in the Olympics, and that would be possible if we could get some equipment from the government, and we could do better with them, and we could represent our country at the Olympics for the first time in gymnastics.
That's a good one coming from Gabriela. Okay, let's go to Stephanie now. Stephanie?
Stephanie, and you said you would like to speak to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in one of your interviews. So how would you want to talk to him, and what do you want our President to do for us?
I want to talk to him for us and ask him, how do you know how to get to a president? And I want him to build a gym for us, so that all the equipment that we have cannot injure us again. And also, you should buy us new equipment, because all the equipment that we are using, they sometimes break easily, and sometimes they don't break. Because if you don't use them well, they might break. And they also injure us, and they are old.
All right, and that's where the show, that's where we're going to have to end it all just for today. But trust, we're going to keep monitoring your progress. We're going to keep, talking to the authorities until they hear and listen and start to provide all these equipments that you need to get to the very next level when it comes to gymnastics. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Coach, thank you. Wish you all the best for the future, and for the girls as well, too. Wishing you a fantastic future.